Whether it's sober meetups, recovery apps, or dry bars, the world of sober living is expanding along with the number of people looking for healthy alternatives. Here to tell us about one non traditional entree into the First Coast is Michael Fisher. He's co founder and vice president of DISC Jax. Good morning, Michael.
Hey, good morning. Thank you.
It's very nice to have you. So, first of all, let's just start with DISC Jax. It stands for Dudes Impacting Sober Communities.
That's right.
And so it is a light take on a subject that can be sort of heavy sometimes. Tell us a little bit about the origin story of DISC Jax.
Well, thank you. Uh, I've been a lifetime member of Riverside Presbyterian Church, and they have always supported a local sober living house called Riverside Tradition House. And in my walk, my recovery walk, I began to take some interest in this cause and wound up going there quite often and visiting with the guys. And I noticed that they had quite a bit of downtime. And for me, I found that was detrimental to my recovery, is
Mhm.
spending too much time being complacent. So I met some friends that were involved in the sport of disc golf, and they invited me out to play with them, and it soon became a passion. And having that passion, I noticed these guys, they had just that ability too, and I wanted them to spend time, find a pastime that was active, because I believe an active lifestyle does complement um, people's sobriety, and it just seemed like a natural fit. So, in that, my friend Joe Biederman and I, we said, well, what else can we do to help these guys at the sober living house, and more importantly, how can we help sober living houses all together? And that was where we came up with DISC Jax Inc. and the tournament that we use now to raise funds and support these sober living houses.
And so, are participants coming to the game out of a disc golf background? Are they coming out of a recovery background? Is it a mix of both? Are people who are not in recovery part of the league? Tell us a little bit about the parameters.
Okay, so yeah, it's actually open. Our event is open to everyone. And so our event is November 20th, and there will be a formal disc golf tournament that the local disc golfing community is participating in. It is a pay to play event, and it is sanctioned. But afterwards, there is our recovery event, which is geared more to introducing the sport to people within the sober community. Uh, Really, it just started with us wanting to give away some discs to people in need who had some mild interest in the sport. And that quickly ballooned into an effort to support not just the sober living community, but the houses as well. And the support that we receive from the business community, in particularly, is what really evolved our organization and the efforts that we do to complement not only the residents at the sober living, but the actual business community of Jacksonville and how they can benefit from that too.
And so, I mean, how can they benefit? I know that, part of what your goal is to help raise funds, whether it's to provide some, startup materials for people who are interested in disc golf or to help sustain the work of recovery houses.
That's right. So again, we thought if we raise like $2,000 to pay for some discs and give them away, that's going to be great. Big win, and we will have done that, and a feather in our cap, and we'll go on with our lives. When we saw the response that the business community gave us, which resulted in a $25,000 that we were able to raise, which we did split all the proceeds between two sober living houses. When we saw that, we really said, this is something that we can perpetuate, and we should be doing this. And why not? Because the business community, they benefit so much from these guys living at these sober living houses.
Mhm.
Much of their workforce comes from them. Matter of fact, I'd say that their best employees come from these places because they're always the first to arrive to work. They're the last to leave. Quite often, they are given a leadership position very quickly within these companies. So our business community definitely benefits from having a sober workforce.
And so I'm curious, just, this is one element of Jacksonville's, scene, as you will, when it comes to people who are living a sober lifestyle or exploring it or in recovery of some kind. What other scaffolding would you like to see to sort of support and build out that community?
Well, I think that there are resources um, that are being just out of reach for them, for some of them. But I think that there has been efforts to improve that within the Jacksonville city of Jacksonville is doing their best to do that. I think that erasing the stigmatism of addiction and alcoholism, I think as a within the general community of understanding what it is that these people are suffering from and how they can best help. I think that is a big hurdle that we are making inroads on now. Um, but as far as Jacksonville has an incredible sober recovery community and element. I've been to other cities where that is not the case, and it is much more difficult to find a meeting, to find a clubhouse. They're not meeting as frequently. The resources are not there. There's almost a combative kind of element to that the community might have towards people who are in active addiction. Um, as well as treatment centers, how easy is it to get into one? Jacksonville has a number of great treatment centers. They even have a new startup that is offering scholarships there. So I think that what's being done now is we are making a lot of inroads in giving people that kind of assistance, particularly in Jacksonville.
Well, this event is called Dare to Disc. As you said, it's the 22nd of November and it's at Clutho Park.
It is at Clutho Park. I believe it's actually the 20th. It's Saturday.
Okay.
So Clutho Park will have our formal tournament, and afterwards we'll have our fun throw where it's open to the public. They're welcome to come out. We're going to put on a clinic. We're going to show you how to play disc golf. We're going to tell you about the rules and hopefully give you an opportunity to test your skills and see if this is a sport worth doing, because disc golf is great for people in early recovery. Like me, they didn't have a whole lot of resources going on for them. Ball golf was not something that could be done.
Yeah.
So this sport is typically free, and there are courses all over the nation.
Well, Michael Fisher, it is a pleasure to meet you. Thanks so much for coming on today.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks so much for having me.